Oh, we missed her. Came back for it. I don't know if it's gonna be a smallie or a largie. Oh, it's big, whatever it is. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Today, we're gonna be throwing a bait that not a lot of you guys have probably thrown. It's a fish catching machine. A lot of guys down south have definitely got into it, but I think that there's still a lot of guys that are afraid to throw this thing. It's big, it's intimidating. It is an Alabama rig. So today in the video, I'm gonna break down how I set my A-rigs up, where I throw them, what kind of equipment I use to throw them on, all that good stuff. So definitely stick around, stay tuned, guys, and I hope you learned something in today's video. So first things first, we're gonna tie this thing on, then I'm gonna break down exactly what I have going on with my A-rig right here. Okay, once we got it tied up, we're gonna take our little Ego clippers. If you guys wanna check these out, it's gonna be linked down below. We're gonna cut our tag end off with those right there. And we have our Alabama rig all tied up, all ready to go. And I'm gonna break down how I set mine up because it is very important. If you do it wrong, your Alabama rig is not gonna be balanced and you're not gonna catch nearly as many fish. So what I like to do for my Alabama rigs is I like my 2 top hooks to be 1/8 of an ounce and I like my 3 bottom ones to be 3/16 of an ounce. This keeps the Alabama rig completely balanced. Your bottom hooks are a little bit heavier so you don't have that Alabama rig turning over on its side. Whenever you cast it, by the time it gets down to the bottom, those 3 heavier hooks are gonna keep that thing perfectly straight as you reel it through the water column. But that is pretty much all you need to know when it comes to setting up a rig. You could use whatever swim baits you want. Today we are gonna be using Biospawn Exo Swims. I like to throw 3.25 inchers for all the outer ones, and then I like that target bait, that middle bait, to be a 4-incher, just to give them something to look at. That's just kind of what I do with my A-rigs, but that is definitely personal preference. But without further ado, let's hop into the fishing, guys. The Alabama rig is absolutely deadly on pre-spawn bass, and we're gonna light them up today. I can already feel it. There we go, on the rig, right off this point here. Yes, sir. Is it a smallie? No, it's a largie. Okay, boys and girls, that's how we're gonna start it off right there. Literally been out here for about 2 minutes and just got our first one. Nice little chunky, I don't know, 12, 13 inch bass, but throwing this Alabama rig right off this little tapered point. Nice first fish, start the day off. We're gonna catch a bunch today. I'm hoping that we get a double or a triple on this thing too. Okay, since that middle swim bait's the one that keeps getting crushed, it's pretty tore up already. I've actually caught like 5 fish. I haven't even put them all on camera. But we're gonna take these little Biospawn Exo Swims, take this middle bait off because it keeps sliding back now. And what I like to do is I like to have a slightly bigger swim bait for my middle one. So we're gonna line this up here. I had all 3.25 inch Exo Swims on there, but we're gonna put this little 4-inch one on and we're gonna make that middle bait a nice perfect target. It's gonna hang back a little bit further than the rest of the swim baits on this rig. And that's probably gonna be the one that you eat almost every single time. But we have a 4-inch Exo Swim on there for this, for the middle bait. And then we have 3.25 inchers for the rest of them. And in the state of Michigan, we can throw 5 hooks on here. So we have no problem. We can catch 5 bass at once right now. There we go. Literally next cast. Just put that new swim bait on there. Oh yes, sir. And what one did it eat? Oh, it ate the middle one, just like I literally just said. Just put that bigger swim bait on. It's a perfect target. It literally makes it so those fish want to eat that one more than anything else on that A-rig. Another little guy. Got some nice chop on the water. We've got a little bit of cloud in the skies, but also a little bit of sun. And there we go. There's another one. Next cast. Like I just said, guys, we're going to catch one almost every single cast right now. It's about to get so stupid. That one did not eat the middle bait, but another chunky, like 13, 14 incher. As I was saying before we were rudely interrupted by that fish right there, is we have about perfect conditions. Like, we have a huge warm front coming through, but the water's still pretty cold. A lot of these fish, they're hanging out deep. They're starting to move up shallow, and this warm front's gonna have them on the freaking move. They're gonna be very active, ready to chase this thing down. And then too, like I said, with the sun, we have a little bit of sun peeking through, but mostly clouds. And it's just about to go off, guys. It's about to go off. I can't say it enough because it is about to go off so hard. Oh, there we go. Freaking crushed it. Crushed the rig right in front of the boat right there, guys. Another, I don't know, 12 incher. We're really not getting on the size quite yet, but we just got here. We're just starting to figure it out. We need to find that bunch of bigger fish because usually this time of year, those fish are going to school up according to size. So right now we're kind of in the midst of a bunch of little guys, but one of these times we're going to lean into a big one and then hopefully find a bunch of her big old buddies with her. Just going up the bank here, literally been at the lake for about 10 minutes and I don't even know how many fish we've caught. We are trucking along, boys. There we go. Literally next cast. Literally next cast. Another dinker. I think I got to start reeling these fish in slower just to see if anything else wants to pick off one of these other swim baits. Because I do want to get a double or a triple for you guys on camera, but Another dink, literally next cast, and they're obviously wadded up. So I think that getting a double very well could happen today. Never have got one on camera. Haven't really thrown this bait on camera, but it is a phenomenal pre-spawn lure, like one of my go-tos. So I really don't know why I don't have a video with it yet. Just noticed that one of these did get the tail though. Got the tail on the swim bait. Back-to-back casts. Just throwing those little biospawn exo swims. This is electric shad. And I think that this middle color is Goby Smoke, that bigger swim bait that I'm throwing, but all natural colors. The main forage in here is bluegill, and also there are some little shiners and stuff in the lake as well, but mostly they are eating bluegills. Get that swim bait back on there. Let's get back out there, guys. There we go. All right, let's see if we can get another one to eat it. I keep reeling these fish in so fast, but if I kind of reel them in slow, we might get another fish to eat one of these swim baits. This is probably one of the better ones so far. A little chunky guy. Nice like 14, 15 incher. That is what I'm talking about. So one of the better ones so far. Still only like a 14 incher, but we're starting to get bigger, guys. We are starting to get bigger ones. Got that swim bait back on there, but since we're just chugging along right here, as I'm fishing, I'll go over the equipment that I'm using. And what you guys want for an Alabama rig setup is you want a slow gear ratio reel. So today we're throwing a 6.5 to 1 Lose Super Duty. Oh, and then literally next cast, got another one. That one feels better too. Can't even tell you guys what we're using because we're gonna catch a fish almost every cast on this lure because that's how good it is. But we're throwing a 6.5 to 1 gear ratio Lose Super Duty reel. You want a little bit slower gear ratio because they really want that just kind of slowly ticked across the bottom there. Not as big as I thought. I thought that was gonna be like a 2 or 3 pounder. But you want that slower gear ratio reel. So I got that Lose Super Duty on there. I've paired it up with a 7'6" medium heavy Fox River rod. You might need a slightly longer or slightly heavier rod if you're throwing bigger baits, but I'm only throwing 1/8 ounce and 3/16 ounce heads. So this thing's really not that big as far as Alabama rigs go. And then I like throwing it on 20-pound fluorocarbon line, or if the water's really stained, you actually could get away with some braided line, but you just have to be careful on those hook sets. So that's what we're rolling with today. We're catching bass almost every single cast. And yeah, we're gonna freaking light them up, guys. There we go. Oh, she stopped it. Dude, they're hitting this A-rig so hard. Yes. Oh my goodness, the way that they're freaking cracking this thing. Cannot get over it. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. Not even a big one. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention too, but since I switched up to that bigger swim bait, like I said, it makes it a target, and I think that like almost every single one I've caught has ate that middle one. Another 12 incher. I thought that was gonna be a bigger one. I'm sorry, guys. I got a little too hyped up. Dude, it's like every cast right now. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Boys, oh, dude, it kind of feels like we got 2 on there. Do we got the double? No, no. Oh my gosh, it felt like another one ate it. That was crazy. Oh, it's gonna happen though. We're getting one almost every cast. It's literally, it has to happen. We have to get a double at some point. Gosh, every freaking cast though, we are catching a bass. It's getting absolutely stupid. There we go. Oh yes. Literally the next cast. Oh, it's one of the better ones. Not a giant. Another like 12 and a half, 14 incher. I don't know. They're all pretty small so far. You guys got to believe me when I tell you that there are some pretty big fish in this lake though. Like the chance that we run into a 4+ pounder is pretty good. Honest to God, it's pretty good. Oh, just got ticked. Yep, there she is. Next cast. Literally next cast. There are so many fish eating this A-rig. It is absolutely stupid. Oh, that's a better one too. That's the biggest one by far. Not a giant, but nice solid 2 pounder. Close to it. Don't be flopping. Don't be flopping, mama. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Nice solid 1.5, 2 pounder though, like a 15 incher. Probably the biggest one that we got so far, but it is every freaking cast, guys. Get her back in the water. Best one of the day so far, I'd say. We're either getting a double or we're getting a big one. It's happening, it's happening. I'm gonna say it after every single fish, guys. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say it because it's gonna happen. And I'm gonna speak it into fruition. We keep saying it. Eventually, one of these hook sets is either gonna be a big old largemouth, a big old smallmouth, or we're gonna get like 2 or 3 bass hanging on the end of one of these swim baits. I just can't believe how hard they are crushing this thing. These fish aren't that big, but they feel like freaking 5 pounders when they eat the A-rig, I'm telling you. Next cast, literally next cast, guys. I'm not even playing. I'm not even playing. They're eating it every cast. We got a whole pot of them right there. Oh my gosh. Come on, give me a double. Give me that double, boys. Oh, it's another decent one too. Another chunk. Another chunk. That's a chunky old bass right there. Look at that pre-spawn fish on that biospawn exo swim. Oh my gosh. Okay, we got to get back in there. We got to get this done. We got to get the double every single cast right now. Oh my gosh. Come on. Let's see. If we could get another cast in a row right here. I don't even know how many that is in a row. That's like freaking 6 in a row. Come on. Come on, Bessie. We know that there's more fish right there. Yep, next cast. I don't even know. I don't even know how many that is in a row, guys. How have we not got a double? With that many fish sitting right there, you're telling me that none of these other fish are that aggressive that they want to eat one of those swim baits? Oh my gosh, every cast. Every cast, every cast. We got to get back in there, guys. We have got a pod of them. We have got a freaking pod of them. Holy smokes. 13-incher. Smoking the rig though. In the water, see if we could go 3 for 3. Fish in like 5 casts. Going back in the lake. We have another one. Back in though, we're gonna catch some more. We're gonna find the big ones. It's gonna happen. There we go. Come on. That feels like a smallmouth kinda. She's got head shakes. She doesn't feel very big, but it feels like it's fighting like a smallie. Dude, who called it? Who called it, boys? It's a freaking smallmouth. I knew it. Literally the second that I said hooking that fish, I knew that it was a smallmouth. That is so crazy how it's like that. I felt those head shakes and I literally knew that that was gonna be a smallmouth bass. That is too funny. First smallie of the day. Still haven't got a double and still haven't got a giant bass, but that's probably a good 2-pound smallmouth. That's like a nice 16-incher. She's not particularly fat, but one of the bigger ones that we've caught today by far. Gonna get that fish back in the water there, but nice solid 16-inch smallmouth. Literally called it the second that I set the hook. I knew that was gonna be a smallmouth bass. So let's go see if there's some more though. I just caught that fish up there. We drifted back a little bit, and usually smallmouth run in schools, even more so than largemouth. So I wanna get back in there, see if there's a big old school of brown ones. Let's get back to it. Oh, we missed her. We missed her. Came back for it. I don't know if it's gonna be a smallie or a largie. Oh, it's big, whatever it is. It's a pretty good one. That's a better fish right there. Not a giant, guys. Don't get too hyped up. It's a largemouth, but it's definitely a decent one. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I'm freaking talking about. That's like a 2.5 pounder. That's the biggest one so far. We just went back to back, and I think our 2 biggest fish. Nice size smallmouth, and then like a nice. Oh, gross! Look at that. It's got a little lamprey on it. Oh, it just fell off. Look at that. That's disgusting. I don't want to put. I don't know if those are supposed to be in the lake or not, but I do not want to put that back in there. That was hanging right up this thing's stomach. That's disgusting. Ew, dude, that's freaking gross. All right, well, we're gonna get this fish unhooked, let her go, and luckily we saved her from having that on her stomach. That's literally so nasty. Look at that thing squirm around. That is gross. Well, that's not going back in the lake, but this fish is. All right, let's go get some more, guys. 2 back-to-back nice ones. God, that is. Oh, it came out. Almost freaking went in the water. No. Okay, well, we just got snagged in the bottom there, and apparently I bent up one of the wires pretty dang good, as you just saw, because I barely touched it and it just flew right in the freaking lake. So not the way that we wanted to end the video right there, but we got the A-rig caught up and broke one of the arms off, and I wasn't planning on doing that, so we didn't bring any more out here with us, but we freaking lit them up today, guys. I hope that you guys learned something about Alabama rig fishing. If you've never thrown one, please go get yourself one and try it. As you guys can see, when it is on, it is stupid. In the pre-spawn and in the fall, it gets stupid. But today, I didn't even put a fraction of these catches in the video because I probably caught well over 50 fish in about 2.5 hours of fishing. And there was a couple points where I was literally getting one every single cast. Right at the end there, we just started getting some quality fish, like a nice 16-inch smallie and like a 2.5 pound largemouth, and then we destroyed our A-rig. But like I said earlier in the video too, usually these fish group up according to size. So earlier we were catching a ton, but they were all small. And then right over here, 2 back-to-back bites were the 2 biggest fish that we caught so far. So who knows what would have happened? We might have caught some better fish up this way. I don't know, but they definitely do group up according to size. It's just kind of what they do, especially in the pre-spawn. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you guys did enjoy it, if you did learn something, please consider hitting that subscribe button and definitely smash that like button. It really helps me out a lot. But until next time, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and we're going to do some more really cool stuff in the future. So thank you guys. I'll catch you in the next one.